Hello, greetings. Today I want to talk about Our Thoughts Fly by Anna von Hausswolff, or Anna von Hausswolff, more Germanized. So, let's just talk about this album. I randomly discovered this album when it came out, and upon first listening, it wasn't really what I expected, but not in a bad way, actually, in a very good way. I thought that this would be like some weird, maybe pop album with a darker sound, but when I listened to it, I discovered that it actually is much different than what I expected. So I was really surprised, really surprised. Today I will give this review to this so very interesting release with such a unique and memorable sound. As I said, I didn't expect to discover what I did in this album. So, Theater of Nature is the first track, and it is such a good opening track. It shows you everything you will get in this album. Organ and keyboards are the focus, that's it. But no, later on we have some other instruments introduced throughout the whole work. The song starts with what I like to call a random mess, but then it evolves. It evolves into something much more concise and develops an emotional touch as the song goes. The ending is it ends in such a beautiful and relaxing way. And this could be said of all the other songs. They also have these nice touches, emotional touches, and beautiful textures to them as well. So this first song here, it literally shows you everything you need to know about this whole work. Dolore di Orsini. Why did I pronounce such a funny way? Is more of an atmospheric gothic song, much more ambient, more laid back. It gives me the feeling that I'm inside a church. Later on, the sound of what I believe is some sort of flute or maybe even bagpipes come into the scene, and they really add a lot to the latter part of the song. I really enjoy them. So another good song, Dolore di Orsini. Next up we have Sacrobosco. Sounds like you're inside in some sort of train going through this crazy gothic journey in some cave, or traveling through a dystopian Blade Runner like city completely filled with giant fans whose noise completely deafen you. I mean, that's what I like to think about when I'm listening to this song. Either like this really interesting like cave, maybe with some gothic structures or such, and they were going through it on a train, or maybe we're in the middle of some dystopian futuristic city and we're cutting right through it inside the train as well. That's what I like to think about when I listen to the song. Another really good song. After that we have Persephone, which sounds very similar to all the other songs, but this one takes a more emotional direction, I feel, and the textures are just dreamy and beautiful. Entering is a crazy interlude track. This feels like you're really entering some sort of mysterious crazy place, or maybe even waking up from a dreamy crazy universe, or even not waking up from one but falling asleep and getting inside one. So that's what I like to think about this album. Now this whole album has no lyrics, zero vocals, zero lyrics. So it really opens up the possibility for you to imagine whatever you want with these songs, whatever the message, whatever would be the official video clip for it, as far as I'm aware there are none. So I really like to listen to this album and just let my mind wander and fly away, all of my thoughts flying away. Just the title of the album, All Thoughts Fly. So yeah, I really like to imagine what this whole work is all about. You gotta imagine when there's no lyrics. And All Thoughts Fly is the title track, and also the dreamiest and most experimental song of this whole work. I find it is the next track, and the last track is Outside the Gate for Bruna. Maybe it was meant for this Bruna woman. I didn't really research the meaning of the song, but I find this another memorable and quite emotional song like Persephone. It does work really well as the closing track for this album. So yeah, all the songs are really good. There was a time where I had to listen to this like every day, even once a day. I had to listen to this. But nowadays, I guess I grew over this album, not in a bad way. I wanna say, because as I said, this album's not bad, a really nice album. But when I listened for this album a few times to make this review, I found myself like really thinking to myself that this would be the last time I would listen to this album. I guess I had my experience. I guess I let my mind wander out enough, and now I am satisfied with it. I don't intend on ever coming back to it again. So if you want to listen to some really different, unique album, as I said, just organ, keyboards, and some other instruments in the middle, listen to this work. You won't be disappointed. And when I listened to this album for the first time, it marked me as something very different, and I still do think that. So it's a great experimental album, and I would highly recommend if you want to listen to something crazy, different, and out there. So that's All Thoughts Fly by NF von Hausswolff. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one.